Cheers, everybody. We are back for another edition of Bourbon on a Budget. I'm TJ Pittenger, joined as always, well, not always, they've skipped a couple, with Brendan Sinone and Ben Cock. How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Good.
Ben has a squeaky chair. Sean called. He wants his chair back.
That chair is really squeaky. What is wrong with you? That's spooky almost, I would say.
Ooh,
spooky chair.
Trick or treat.
Oh, this is a trick.
Well, it's definitely not a treat. So, hey, how was you guys this Halloween? Did you guys do anything fun? Did you pass out candy?
My wife put out 14 bags of candy for the neighborhood kids to come get. And,
Put it out, just like you guys are on the honor system in Tallahassee.
Idiots.
Huh?
Freaking idiots. They're gone in that first 10 minutes.
You know, some responsibility, like not having people put in the hands and whatever.
Oh,
no one
COVID.
came. Not one person came to get the candy.
Really?
Other than our neighbor right across
That's
the
usually
street.
what happens to the Sinone house.
I was so close to saying that. Oh.
Stay tuned for next week when I make a joke in quite the opposite manner.
Is that any
on
different?
Thursday show.
Oh my goodness, that was funny. That was awesome.
Anyway,
Damn,
so
guys.
you save a bunch of candy at the house, just doing nothing now.
Yeah, my wife's counting like how much candy I'm eating and rationing me, and it's just not going to end well. Ben, what about you? What did you do for Halloween? Do you have a fun time?
Okay, so yeah.
Did you come early for Halloween? What? I mean, not at all for Halloween?
Nope.
What's up, dog?
Nothing much. What's up with you?
How are you?
Yeah. I got him.
The one with the candy.
Yeah. Anyway.
DJ.
Jeez. So, yeah, walked around, passed her out. Actually, we didn't pass out any candy. We kind of went to my some friend's house down the street, hung out, and if people came by and we gave them candy, that was great. If not, then not a big deal. We were just out there grilling hot dogs, eating some chili dogs. Those are great. And yeah, that's really about it. Just being outside. Florida weather is amazing right now.
You didn't give any candy to anyone.
I did. It was in a giant bowl at the end of the driveway. If they want to come by and grab it, feel free to take it. Great. I'm not sure how many kids came by though.
Did you guys drink anything yesterday?
Oh,
we drank more on Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's do. Yeah. So, spoiler alert: our kids hung out together. They were the cutest kids of all time.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture, Brendan?
I did. It was pretty adorable.
Yeah.
If I had it accessible, I would.
No one. Literally, I mean, there's like 10 people in the world who probably care about that picture, and no one is watching it. So
that is. Really
I care. Actually,
hard.
I don't even care about the picture.
I'm saying I thought it was cute.
Well, just for that,
oh my god!
Put it up.
Gosh.
Needed you guys to see that. Elena on
Did
the
not-
left,
did not
Brian's
need
in
to
the
see
middle, Ben's kid on the right. So
Damn.
anyway,
Owen with
all
the
right.
Daffy Duck.
Oh my gosh, get your ducks wrong.
Daffy Duck.
Right.
Speaking
of, it is what month is it? Speaking of ducks,
it's Turkey Month, which has
Wild
nothing to do with
Turkey
ducks.
Month. We're in November. That's the month,
It is.
and that's.
I like how you shake your little shoulders there. Wild Turkey Month is you shake your boobs.
Gobble gobble.
So, speaking of the Sinone house, so our kids dressed up together. We kind of hung out a little bit last night, but Saturday we had a full on like big hangout on Saturday. We had a little Halloween party for some friends and family to come. No family. We didn't invite any family. That was great.
Sorry.
So just friends. Ben's family came. A bunch of other people came. Nobody else gets shout outs though today. So thanks for everyone else that came, but you don't get a shout out.
Stop saying came, for God's sakes.
Hold on. One shout out. Someone brought you a bottle of liquor.
Oh, wait for pursuits and purchases.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
No shout outs.
So, but we had some things there. We had something that we'll get into, which we won't tell you about. And we had some other things that were good, and we won't tell you about those either. But we did get into some really good drinks that day, both beer and bourbon / rye. So really good on Saturday with that stuff. So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, man.
Well, in pursuits and purchases, because it'll be kind of like it won't be a purchase. It'll be like a gift.
I tried stuff that I didn't even buy this weekend, though. This is before your house. I was drinking most of the day.
Must be nice.
It was. My buddy Jake came over, and we tried.
Well, thanks for the invite, because I was sitting here just watching TV by myself.
Well, you're getting ready for your party. I don't want to, take you away.
I legitimately just
make her have to clean the entire house by herself. So
that's what happened.
Anyway, so Jay came over.
Somebody should have helped her.
Yeah, true. Should have been you. But anyway, had a buddy came over. He actually brought and dropped off some samples for us. So new samples coming to you guys soon.
Thanks, Jake.
And we had Booker's Little Book this year's release. We tried Midwinters together, and then we tried the Wild Turkey Master's Keep 1 together because Jake hadn't tried either of those, and I hadn't tried the Little Book. The Little Book was pretty good. I was actually really impressed with it. It's a Jim Beam product, so it had like a peanut brittle, honey roasted peanuts.
Shocking.
Yeah, I know, but it was good. Like it was way better than I thought it was gonna be. So it was good.
Jim Beam's like A game stuff is really great and elite. Right. But when it goes wrong for them, it gets really funky because of that peanut. It's not like some like Wild Turkey stuff. If it deviates, right. Great. Still got like citrus, vanilla. No, Jim Beam is nasty, funky peanuts.
It's either Little Book or Old Tub. That's the two options.
No in between.
Yeah.
Awful. All right. So what are we getting into today? Wait, Brendan, did you drink anything or no?
Just yesterday I had Ghost Totem Porter from Proof Distillery, a brewery here in
shout out Proof.
Yeah, here in Tallahassee. It's a nice porter, really coffee and chocolate forward, and yeah, it was nice. The weather up here is getting quite brisk. It was perfect.
Ghost Totem.
Ghost, get it? Because the theme there. Yeah.
Yep. That's good.
Okay, so let's roll. What are we getting into? We are getting into round 2 of King of the Hill. Finish edition. Like the Whiskey Tribe guys have like the really cool effects and stuff where like King of the Hill. Like we just do that with our mouths. Yeah, we just do that with our mouths. Ben does a lot with that. So anyway, I don't get it. All right, Brendan, talk to us about this week's Challenger and talk to us about Midwinter Night's Dram since we didn't do that last week.
Yeah, Midwinter Night's Dram is our contender, right? That's number 1 on the list. Look at such a beautiful bottle. That's who did they beat last week? They beat it was the Cabernet Bourbon, not Slaughterhouse. Straight Edge. Sorry, there's like 3 different all like cutting ones. So yeah, it was a clean sweep. So Midwinter Night Dram killed it. But I want to talk about why we picked Midwinter Night's Dram. And that was 1, because Ben absolutely loves it. 2, as a finish, the combination of rye and the port barrels is incredible. I'll ask for Ben's opinion on that in a minute here. But I want to get into some of the specs because I think we kind of rushed through that last time. It is at 98.6 proof. The price on it's going to vary. It's about $99 MSRP, and you usually have to get that from the distillery. Joe hooked us up with this specific bottle. His buddy got it from the distillery. Nice. Yep, must be nice. You're nice. Getting one soon. Oh, Hamilton. You're getting one soon, TJ. Stop your complaining. Yeah. You can get it on the secondary, but it's usually going to be, the price is going to be inflated a little bit, probably about like 110, 120. This after shipping and handling and everything was 140. I think
200.
Yeah, it's like 200 in the secondary.
I'm saying like secondary, like at a store somewhere. Like I got mine. I've gotten 3 bottles. One was ABC
secondary at a store.
No, I've gotten 4. That is whatever. No. One is TJ. You zoomed in on me too early because we're not getting to the Sagamore Spirit yet. Spoiler alert. That is going against it. But no, stop! I don't like it. It throws me off. I just like that bottles in Canada. Basically, it was like a mile from Canada. What do you like, Ben?
I just like that it's like High West, like annual highest end product release. Like this is the one that everyone goes for, High West. So
they do have higher end stuff, but they're just almost impossible to get.
What's the higher end stuff?
Higher than this?
They have like a 16-year rye or something like that. Like really? It's called Rocky Mountain Rye. You guys never seen this?
No. Go on. I haven't. I've had their Boo Rye, which I think is a great winter whiskey.
We should do that in December.
Like an episode of where like
that's what December's reviews should be. Yes.
If you want some Boo Rye, I'll hook you up. I think it's their best.
I've got it. Oh,
nice. Yeah, it's a good bottle. So
yeah, 16-year High West Rocky Mountain Rye.
Well, this is like the most attainable, like high-end stuff. It's like saying like, oh, Pappy has like a 23 or whatever. Yeah, it comes out every year too.
That's why I love it. It's easy to find. Well, not easy. It's like Ben said, it's attainable. You can. It's possible. I have 4 bottles that I've had at some point in time.
These were put on the shelf at Total Wine in Tampa.
Yeah.
So
They were gone 29 minutes later, but they were still on the
True,
shelf.
but they were still on the shelf.
All right, let's jump into it. Okay, so Ben came over and grabbed the whiskey tonight that we would be reviewing on Thursday and the Sagamore Spirit, but he did not bring the Midwinter Night's Dram to me.
Yes.
So I had to walk back to his house,
Heaven
get that.
forbid. Was it 15 steps?
I had to walk back to his house, get that, and then walk back to my house. And I nosed this the entire way back.
Kept
I walked so slow because it smells so good.
The nose is so great.
It is so awesome.
Yeah.
I need to be a homer.
It is winter.
It is an amazing, and that's why we picked it, was because we all love it. It's so unique and complex, and that's legitimately is going to have a chance to go all 5 rounds here to go the distance. I think it'll have a chance. So round 2
but has a chance.
We'll see. We'll see.
He's going the distance.
Round 2. He's going for what's it? Speed? Is that
yes?
Yes, nailed it. All right. So the challenger here, round 2. I wanted us to do something that was a little bit like more closer, I guess, in both proof and baseline to the Midwinter Night Dram.
Nose on this is great.
Yeah. And so I chose something that I picked up down when I was down by you guys' way not too long ago.
Where at?
What? It's God. What?
That was Burns.
Burns.
Yeah, it was Burns. It was Burns, but it's so.
I remember because I went.
A Sagamore Spirit Rye Cognac Cask. Oh my
God.
I'm
Can
not
I ask you how to pronounce
that?
Promise you, I'm not drunk. It's a Cognac Cask Rye. It's Tampa Bay Whiskey Tribunal and Tampa Bay Whiskey Society. So this was actually at a couple stores, and I bought it at the most expensive one, not knowing. But yeah, so basically, Sagamore Spirit Rye is a Marilyn Style Rye. They're readily available. They have an entry-level one that's lower proof, and it's a mix between 4 and 6 year Ryes. There's a double oaked one that's also fairly accessible that Ben and I got TJ for his housewarming present.
Wow, that's right. On the back.
Yeah, it was solid. You liked it, right, TJ? I'm insecure.
I did.
Yeah, it was good. But they have a bunch of different finishes that they're also experimenting with. Real quick, as Maryland Style Rye is kind of the quintessential rye. There's different styles. It's a high rye, and then a little bit of corn, and then even like less of something else, usually malted barley. So this specifically is a 4-year rye. It was aged in cognac cask for, guys, 2 full years.
2 years.
That's a long time to age something in a different cask. So cognac we talked about last week when we did that nasty ass blood oath. It is it's a brandy, which is basically like it's a wine, a fortified
great
wine.
Base spirit.
Yeah, it's a fortified wine. So this is a rye. This is 100 proof. It's much closer in proof than the straight edge was to the High West. So it's a different finish, similar rye levels and pricing. This is about $70 a bottle here. So a little bit below Midwinter Night Dram, but one that should punch higher than the one we had last week. So yeah, that's it. Let's get into it, fellas.
So we talked about how good the nose is on the Midwinter Night's Dram. The nose on the Sagamore Spirit is also really
good. I like it a lot.
There's not as much, what's the word? Oomph? Is that an official
word? There's a lot of denseness in the Midwinters.
Yeah,
it's
the Midwinter
so dense.
smacks you.
Dramatic.
And this is more faint. It's not as bold. Bold is a good word for, I think, the Midwinters. The Sagamore is really good.
It's more italics.
Okay, I hate you.
I like it.
It's more, italicized instead of bold.
No, I got it, actually.
This has a strike through.
It's underlined.
Joke has a strike through. The one where they kept making Microsoft Word jokes. Friends.
Oh, Friends.
I love Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld.
The Office.
I love inside jokes.
Okay, so both are finished in different types of fruit-based spirits. The port is wine and grape, but then brandy is a different type of spirit and grape altogether. It's super interesting what it does. I mean, look at the color difference, fellas. This is Midwinter Night Dram, darker red, ruby red like a port. But the nose, all right, so more dramatic for sure for Midwinter Night Dram. But what fruits are you getting that are going along with the rye for Midwinter Night Dram? Plum.
So
right?
The plum is so strong,
so pronounced.
Raisins,
Yep,
very
see that.
wine, red wine forward.
Yeah, like a red wine heavy. Like,
Yeah, it's so dense. It is like such a heavy whiskey. Like if we were doing this King of the Hill in like July, we would be like, this is gone. The first episode is gone, but it's getting cold out.
Ooh.
It's arguably the best seasonal whiskey in the history of whiskey.
All right, we're getting to the seasonal whiskey.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
All right, so the Sagamore,
Nice.
I'm getting a fruitiness on the nose as well, but I mean they say it on here when they're giving the tasting specs. Secondary aging process imparts velvety notes of apple and pear. I don't know about apple. I am getting pear. It is pear heavy or forward to me.
Yeah.
Almost like a white grape. Or a green grape a little bit. That'd be a white wine. It's lighter. It's more delicate, but I'm also getting like brown sugar and more kind of bourbon-y
I would say
notes
it's lighter, not light, as in,
yeah.
Like it's definitely heavier. To me,
not to come back and say the same thing I already said, but it's just not as bold. Like it's definitely lighter. To me, it's good and it's pleasurable. I hate the word good on here. Sorry. It's pleasant and it's enjoyable, but it's just not as in your face. It's not as bold as that Midwinter's. And I think if a nose is good and we like both of these, and we're Americans, right? Like the bigger, the better. So like if it's a good nose, like give me all of those good characteristics as much as you can without it becoming overwhelming. Right. Yeah. And so I think the Midwinter's does this, but if we were comparing on nose alone, the Midwinters would blow this out of the water, I think. Yeah. And what I'll say is there have been a lot of drinks in this King of the Hill series that we've done in all 3 rounds. Well, in the first 2, Jake's got a good point. The color of the grape definitely has nothing to do with the color of the wine. He makes a good point there. But we had a lot of
do red grapes make white wine?
No. I think he's being sarcastic. I think that's
okay.
/S sarcasm font.
I like you, Jake. Then we're good.
So there were a lot of rounds of King of the Hill, especially in the rye, where the nose won, but the whiskey lost on taste and finish and everything else, right? Where something won with its nose, but then it couldn't hold up otherwise. What's crazy to me is that 2 for 2 now. Well, I don't know what Jake's throwing me off here. I'm gonna have to block him somehow.
You're banned.
I got blocked on LinkedIn today. Did I tell you guys about that?
Tell me about it later.
Yeah, I'm Googling right now. Do red grapes make? And the first things that pop up make you poop, make you gassy, make you gain
great episth so far.
Make white wine.
Oh, Joe's gonna be so pissed that we went off. I think he likes when we stay on the rails. He doesn't like the going off the rails thing.
Oh wow, he's right. Many white wines are actually made from red grapes, a style known as Blanc de Noir.
Dang it! I'm gonna get Jake's gonna be texting me right now, just so much on the side, talking a bunch of crap. Dang it!
Making fun of you.
Jake, I love you for giving us samples, but you're dead to me.
You're dead to me. So anyway, TJ, what were you saying very slowly about 3 minutes ago? You're making a point that took forever.
Yeah, sorry. The nose on the Midwinters is better than the other one, even though that wasn't the case in so many rounds of the other King of the Hills. A lot of other things had great noses, even though they lost out.
I also think that there's so much diversity in finished whiskeys that it's hard to be like, oh, these are like similar to the bourbon and rye, because what you're finishing them in is going to, even if it's bourbon or rye to start off with, you're just changing it so much, like with like a port barrel versus a rum barrel or an apricot brandy. Or
it's basically like diversity day here.
It is.
What makes white? Wait.
Stop! Don't even do this. This isn't wine on a budget. You're not going to be able to. We know nothing.
Yeah, thank you for your wisdom, Jake. All right, let's taste them though.
Does blue corn make?
Have you guys ever had?
That's a good one.
Blanc de Noir. I really like the Sagamore Spirit more than I thought I did initially, and I thought it would get its butt kicked, and it's probably going to lose to this.
It opens up well.
Yeah, it's nice. There's a nice toasty note almost to it, which is weird because this isn't the toasted barrel finished one.
Mm-hmm.
It's really pleasant. It just head to head.
Harsh. It's harsh.
You definitely get more of an alcohol burn in the Sagamore, right?
Well,
that's just
there's that.
Right.
What is the proof on the Sagamore?
100. So they're pretty. I mean, 98.6 versus 100. I mean,
they drink so differently though.
The age again?
6 years total. 4-year rye, and then 2 years in cognac.
Yeah,
cask.
And then the country of origin.
Well, cognac is in France.
Language of origin.
And
no, I don't care.
White grapes make red wine.
Can you use it in a sentence? All right.
Blanco de Noir.
Yeah.
Yeah, these aren't entirely close at all.
Again, sorry.
Okay, amazing. Okay, so as we're doing this exercise for what like a finish does, like port finish, cognac finish, like I'm kind of stumbling around.
The quality of the juice inside matters too.
Yeah.
Like I love Highway Stubble Rye, and
not to like crap on Sagamore Spirits because I know that was you guys' gift to me, but way to go cheap.
No, Sagamore's a very
they're both great products.
Sagamore's a really solid, well-respected rye. Probably not as much as High West.
Probably not as High West, right?
Yeah.
But not like we're talking about like we're all gonna pick High West, Midwinter Night Dram, and we're gonna do so probably in a runaway. Would be like 4 games to 1 in a playoff. Like it's a gentleman's sweep, I think is what we're gonna have. And really the age isn't a huge difference. The quality of like the rye isn't. I think really like what we're talking about is how the port melds perfectly with the selection of rye that they have here.
Sure.
It's masterfully blended and selected.
This is their highest quality rye, like we talked about too. What Midwinter Night's Dram was last week. It is Rendezvous Rye that's then been finished for an even longer time. And so Rendezvous Rye being something that is very, you look, it's twice the price, if not a little bit more than just their regular standard double rye. And so they're already starting with an absolute class product. And
the fact that they only charge $20 more to get to the Midwinters is crazy. Like it's like $70 to get to, or $30, I guess. $70 for Rendezvous, and then it's $99 for Midwinters. Like that's a second barreling, finishing it. It's a lot of value, I think.
And Rendezvous is between 4 and 9-year-old ryes, which is a huge, like that's a pretty big difference when you're talking about the age. So this is a 4-year, then at age more 6 years. So kind of in between, like
interesting
age wise. So yeah, we're all going across the board here. TJ, who do you have winning? You don't have to say you know who it is.
Midwinter.
I want to vote for the Midwinters, but I also don't want to use mine next week when it comes in. So
I am voting for Midwinters.
I'm going to vote for Sagamore Spirit. Joe, I hope you didn't ship that out yet. I'm going to vote for Midwinter Nice Dram. It's not even close.
Ben?
Yeah, Midwinters, man. It's so good. It's so hearty.
Like the Hardy Boys?
It is, it's like
throwback.
Hardy Boys.
I sent someone a Rikishi gift today. Were they all together? The Hardy Boys and Rikishi? Wasn't the 3 of them?
Is that the monkey? Yeah. Rafiki.
Rafiki.
Yeah, Rafiki. He was in Lion King. He was a monkey.
Rikishi, isn't he like a wrestler from like WWF?
Yeah, Rikishi and the Hardy Boys were wrestlers together. I thought DJ was
Hardy Boys are a book series.
I understand that, but they were the Hardy Boys wrestlers.
No, there's no Hardy Boy wrestlers. Were they wearing ascots and?
The Hardy Boys with the BOYZ.
Oh, jeez.
Rikishi. I thought DJ was cool for a second there. Oh my God, they're all together. The Hardy Boys and Rikishi. I'm sending you guys a link right now.
I send it back. I send it back.
Did y'all read those books or no?
Yeah,
that was cool.
Hey, that's Sagamore Rye. Okay, so you guys both vote for the Midwinters. It's not close. The Sagamore Rye is good though. Like if you can find that somewhere, that's a quality product.
And you'll be able to find it way easier.
Yeah, and I think for about $70, like reasonable. This is a good high quality rye, something a little different, even with the weird white red grape.
Shout out Jake. Okay, so we will do this. We should talk about this off air, but we're going to talk about it on air here.
Ooh, I like it.
I don't like
So
that at
something
all.
we've been kind of going back, and if you guys are open, I'm thinking about adding a round to this King of the Hill.
Okay. Whoa.
Okay.
We're adding it. We're adding it in.
Talk to me here.
I don't know if I want it to be round 5 or round 6, but you guys know what round 5 is, right? Let's not say it out loud. But I want either round 5 or round 6,
right,
to be Yippee Ki-Yay by High.
Do we have?
I have a Yippee Ki-Yay. It's unopened, but I'll open it for this. Let's do it round 6. So if it gets through everything, we'll do a Yippee Ki-Yay. I have tasted these back to back and like Yippee Ki-Yay more.
Interesting.
And
Yippee Ki-Yay is finished in vermouth. Wow.
Yeah. So very.
You
very
like
different.
it for more.
Well, I liked it more than my. Ooh, that was a Ver Plus. I liked it more than my Act 7. So I've never had the Act 9 up against it.
Yeah.
But I did when I tried it up against Act 7. So 2 years ago, I guess I did like it quite a bit more. And so, I think we should try them up next to each other because
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're okay with me opening a bottle that's no longer in production and giving you some.
Is it not open yet?
No, it's not open, but I will. I don't care. I'll open it. I'm not going to
know
sell
what?
it because
Ben
I do
opened
love
his
it,
bottle of Midwinter at Dram for you, so it seems only right.
Reciprocal.
And I'm drinking. Look at, I've had multiple pours of mine already for you guys, so yeah, seems fair.
Thanks, Brandon. You're the best.
Thank you.
Okay, so this moves on. Do we want to say what it's going up against next week?
Say it.
Yeah, I want you to because I don't have the tab pulled open right now.
Say it.
Say going up against what Teutonic Brewing?
Teutonic, which is a New York-based distillery that does some really good stuff. Probably like I once had it and thought it was Buffalo Trace, like their entry-level one, and I swore it was Buffalo Trace. So yeah,
we've got it finished in a maple syrup cask.
It's a cask.
I'm a little
strain.
skeptical, to say the least. Joe Decadence is jealous that we're trying this.
Yes, this will make Joe Decadence's decadence.
Are we sure this isn't just Decadence rebottled? Came back to me and told me it's a different name.
Decadence Part 2. This is we got into it when you guys came up to Tallahassee. TJ brought me my bottle, which I had purchased through him, which he got through a whiskey because they have like
that was good.
It was good. TJ loved it. I remember TJ just kept drinking mine at 2 a.m. and I was like, "You have a bottle." And he just kept drinking it.
Imagine Brendan thinking that anyone would believe his lie of past 2 a.m. Like, come on.
I definitely think that was pretty good. I do want to try it now. I remember it as being good.
Yeah. The maple syrup, well, we'll talk about it next week. Maple syrup can be dicey for finishing stuff, but I remember that one at cask strength. The alcohol went really nicely with the maple syrup, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
And purchases. Brendan, why don't you go first?
I did go to South Carolina this weekend and went through Georgia on the process of going up there because when you're in Florida, you have to go through Georgia to get to South Carolina. So
is it how that works? Is that how geography works?
I mean, you could go to Alabama and just kind of like skirt over, but even then, I think you'd have to go through another state, Tennessee, maybe. I don't know.
Washington.
Hey, real quick, is Pittsburgh a northeastern city or a midwestern city?
I'd call it Midwest. I think there's a very harsh dividing line between. Like
it's Chicago and East is the Midwest, I thought.
Well, so where would you consider West Virginia?
Oh, that's just this.
That's Midwest.
And like Pittsburgh is like Pittsburgh's closer to Cleveland than it is to Philadelphia. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
anyway,
I think Pittsburgh's Midwest. Like that's a massive state. Like Philly is definitely Northeast. But when you get that far over and you're close to Ohio, like that's Midwest.
But it's got that like, industrial Midwestern feel, but also like personality wise. I mean, there's, it's eclectic and there's a lot of Italian people there. I can say that because I'm Italian.
Midwest.
It's got a bit of like a Northeastern feel integrated into it. Anyways, geography. I went to, I stopped in Columbus, which is very West Georgia, almost Alabama. Going back to geography. No, what? Oh, it's Columbus, Ohio. I gotcha. Anyways, Georgia, I did a little bit of shopping there. They have some really cool stuff at this one spirit shop I always stop at when I am making that trip. They always have really good stuff. This year, I didn't get anything crazy. I got small batch Smoke Wagon, the clear bottle of it. At $60, so a little bit high, but The clear bottle probably gives it, a little bit extra, $5-10. So I didn't feel bad
Not
about
really.
it.
You're just rich.
And then I also got a little. I've been wanting to try it for a while, and everyone's been all talking about blackened with the Willet mix one with the cask strength. I have never tried the actual blackened, which is Metallica's branded.
Right. Yep.
And I think they do it in brandy. It's called Blackened Brandy. I don't know what Blackened Brandy is, but it's Metallica's version of a bourbon with a brandy finish.
Yeah.
But it was actually really good. Really, really solid. Again, it was just like a little middle sample of $5. Very nice and smooth and easygoing and fruity flavored. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I would. They have a cask strength of it floating around out there, like of their bourbon. I think I would spend $60 on that if I needed a bourbon in my collection, but I don't need any right now. So that was it for me. Ben, what about you?
After my last week of spending $200 on that Wild Turkey Master's Keep, I am poor
That's
again.
Brendan money right there.
I'm poor again. So I didn't buy anything. I don't think I bought a single thing this past week.
I bought a bunch of beer this week
for
the Halloween party. Brendan, Halloween season is over. It is now Thanksgiving season. It's mashed potatoes season. But what is your take on pumpkin beer? Are you a pumpkin beer guy?
Yes.
It has to be done correctly. There are some very good pumpkin beers out there, but it's also a dangerous game, is how I feel. It could be overly sweet.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I told Ben there were a couple of years in a row that I went to Total Wine and got a mixed 6-pack of just like 6 different pumpkin beers and tried them all. And then I either did that 2 years in a row or I did it like twice in one season. And I'll say that I think pumpkin beers miss more than they hit.
Yeah.
So like
I bought 2. And one 12, of them definitely was a miss.
Of the 12, I want to say 4 were good, 5 were good. Like it was close to half, but it was like a third to half.
And also like the thing about the pumpkin beers is they get old really quickly into it, especially if it's not a good one. So you could have it in like the first like, oh, this is okay, but it's tough to have like pour like 2 or 3 bottles of at a time. I don't know. Did you have all 12 at once? That seems like a lot.
No, I did not.
Yes.
Okay.
But I was also young, so back then, who cares? There's a place down here called Tampa Bay Brewing Company. Really, really good brewery. Their food is absolutely excellent. Ben, have you ever eaten there or no?
In the Ybor location? Yeah.
Yeah. The food's the same of both, but yeah, their food is great to me. Beer is pretty good. I mean, their beer is not like amazing or anything, but they make a great pumpkin beer. And so Ben and I have been kind of drinking on those the last like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And we've continued. I had one of those last night as we walked around the neighborhood and got candy and such. So did buy a lot of beer. I haven't purchased anything, but I was given some things. My good buddy, Decadence Joe, was able to acquire a Gourd Gone Wild. Look at that. That's it.
Oh, Jake. All right. I love you again. I saw a pumpkin.
That's it, dude.
I saw a beer at Publix last week that was had a pun in it, and I'm like, that looks really interesting. It was a pumpkin pun, and I couldn't remember what it was. That was it. Thank you, Jake.
That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one from Tampa Bay Brewing Company, Gourd Gone Wild.
Oh, okay.
If you see it still at your Publix, I know we're into mashed potato season, but if you see it, get it. It is good. If you don't, I'll bring you one can up in a couple of weeks. So they're really good. They're a little. I think sometimes pumpkin beers are a little too light, and this has got enough depth to it, but also not like overwhelming. I do like Cigar City's Good Gourd as well.
Good Gourd, y'all. What do you think about a pumpkin beer cask finished bourbon?
No.
I mean, that'd be the kind of thing that I would try once, but like never.
You would never taste the pumpkin. You would never get the pumpkin.
What about a rye with pumpkin?
I think you just have to put like adjunct in it. I think you'd have to like add stuff to it, like they do with all the
distillation.
Yeah, that sounds gross. So you're saying that experiment could go awry if it was with
stop with this. Stop.
Good Gourd, y'all. No wait, Gourd's Gone Wild. That's it.
Gourd's Gone Wild.
Brendan's Gone Wild. So my good buddy Decadence Joe was able to get me a bottle of Michter's Toasted Barrel Bourbon, so that's a lot of fun. He was also able to get me a bottle of Midwinter Night's Dram. So that was
so you can stop complaining about.
That's right. Stop complaining about it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm usually pretty like giving and like, oh, you guys can have it or whatever. But like, no, this is a top 5 whiskey for me. And TJ was SOL, but apparently Joe loves him more than me and gave me the second bottle and gave TJ 1. So Joe, you're dead to me just like Jake.
So anyway, shout out Joe. I asked him if I could give him any kind of a shout out or anything like that, and he's like, I get one every week. Just shout out my favorite store locally there in Jacksonville. It's Browdy's in Jacksonville. So I know he likes those people. I've never been up there and bought from them, but if I'm ever in Jacksonville, I don't know why I would ever go to Jacksonville, but if I'm ever in Jacksonville,
they have one in St. Augustine, and it's really legitimately good, fair price. They have good selection. They have good store picks. Yeah, they're good.
Brownies.
So shout those guys out because that's what Joe wanted me to shout them out. And on Saturday, my buddy Scott came by and brought the Knob Creek single barrel store pick from Liquor Depot. It's the Steak and Stave pick, Heights Meat Market, 115 proof. And we tried this the other day. It's just over 6 years, just under 6 years old. And it was great. This was really, really good. So,
Riley good.
Oh my Lord. Gosh. The Knob Creek single barrel.
I'll kill you.
Barrel strength rye. Actually, is it barrel strength? Probably not at 115, right? Like they probably tweaked that down just a tad.
Just a wee bit. Just a smid.
Really good stuff.
Knob Creek Rye. They do a good job. For whatever reason, the combination of the Jim Beam distillers, the rye, they do a good job. Yeah. It's good. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So shout out those guys for the bottles that they were able to acquire for me. You guys have anything else? I think we're done.
And that's about it.
What are we reviewing on Thursday,
just you wait.
Beginning our
Turkey
November Turkey Talk. We are doing Long Branch by whom, Ben?
By Wild Turkey.
Yeah, but who's the brainchild behind it?
Oh. It's
oh my God.
Matthew McConaughey.
I had to write his name down early to make sure
Matthew
I didn't
McConaughey. Wow.
And what does he do?
Wow.
No, that's not him.
I know.
That's Owen Wilson.
I know. All right.
Let's all do our Owen Wilson impersonations. Ready?
Wow.
Let's not.
Wow.
All right, now let's do our Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Brandon, you got this.
I got it. All right. TJ, just end it now. All right.
For myself.
We will be back on Tuesday. No, on Thursday, whatever this is. We will be back on Thursday. Brendan's on mute, thank God. We'll be back on Thursday to review Long Branch. If you can, interact with us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the above. Hit us up. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I want to see how long Brendan will sit there with his glass. We will see you guys on Thursday. Until next time. Cheers.
Cheers.